Heartbeats to Help on Liberty Radio.
All right. We are now live here on our CalebCast Heartbeats to Help. So every Monday, we have our Heartbeats to Help Caleb edition. And what brings to us what? It updates you on everything we're having Caleb related, the events we have, the events we had. And also, my friend, we keep on pushing until the end of our book club, our study of the book Pleasure of Revenge from Bishop Edir Macedo. What a blessing this book has been for my spiritual life, for your spiritual life. Last time we spoke about the trailing and envious person, and today we're going to start answering a question. Does envy kills? What do you think? Is envy something dangerous? My friend, if you are going through that now, there's a direction that God has for us, and this book has a very intelligent understanding of what we can take it from us. Also, a reminder to all of you that Pastor David here, the pastor in charge of the groups in the Universal Church, is back from Brazil, brought me this amazing gift here. Let's show to them on the close shot, Ailton. Can we do it? So the new Caleb top is, it's covering the sleeve here, with the logo of the Universal Church, and here is well written in Portuguese, Grupo Caleb Universal. But here in the UK, very soon we are going to have ours, I believe. Keep on praying, and ours will say Caleb Group UK. All right. So, no beating around the bush. Are we ready, Ailton, to go to the book study there? You ready? Everything set? Ready for the transition? Are you sure? I'm asking if he's sure, so we can go to. He gave me a thumbs up. If anything goes wrong, it was his fault. All right, let's go, because today we're going to learn about the envy that kills. Envy that kills. In the early 90s, a trial in Texas, USA caught the world's attention. A mother plotted a crime because she was outraged that her daughter, a high school student, had lost a competition for the coveted position of school cheerleading captain to another young student. Feeling that her daughter had been disadvantaged by the champion's superior performance, she decided to ask a former brother-in-law to hire a criminal to end the life of the rival's mother. An important fact is that the families knew each other and even used to attend the same social events in town. However, when the assassination plot came to light, the enormous envy in this pseudo-friendship was revealed. Envy walks hand in hand with hatred and the desire to harm the envied person. This is a reality. Thus, in the development of this mother's envy, the next step was to take revenge on the object of her rage, which was the student who caused her daughter to lose in the first place. In the school's cheerleading squad, the plan to kill the mother of the young contest winner aimed to leave the young girl so distraught with the loss that she would give up her position, thereby passing it to the loser. The plan failed, and the crime was not carried out, because the former brother-in-law went to the police and reviewed the whole scheme, including audio recordings which later served as evidence in the court. This story gained media attention and a highly publicized trial because of the trivial motive and the cruelty with which it was orchestrated. However, this is just one of many cases that have been occurring for a long time. Envy is ancient and did not start on earth but in heaven, with a creature so excellent that he was called the seal of perfection. His name was Lucifer, and he envied the Creator himself, the Most High. Lucifer was part of the highest class of angels, the cherubim, and lived in the presence of God as the principal angelic being of the heavenly dwelling. However, proud and dissatisfied with the honor and power bestowed upon him, Lucifer attempted to usurp the throne of the Most High and desired to receive the worship and glory that he received from his creatures. Peace and harmony in heaven were shattered with a terrible rebellion, which culminated in the explosion of Lucifer and expulsion of Lucifer and a third of the angels who followed him. Thus, from beings of light, they became bearers of the densest darkness. Lucifer, which means bearer of light, forfeited that condition and came to be called Satan, the adversary of God and all his children. His envy never ended. Therefore, he will oppose with the Lord. He will oppose the Lord, his plans, and the relationship that man has with God until his final condemnation in the lake of fire. After being expelled from heaven, Satan began to operate on earth. Evidence of this can be seen at the very beginning of creation, when he appears in Eden as a tempter in the form of a serpent to destroy the relationship that Adam and Eve had with God. The devil, another name given to him, sowed in Eve the seed that was within himself. You will be like God. In other words, Satan succeeded in bringing down the parents of the human race by planting covetousness, envy, and dissatisfaction. All right, you see that today we will read only the first part of this section because it's quite a big one, and there's a lot of dissection on this area. Why that? Listen, to desire something is not bad. Let's take Lucifer's example and the example of the cheerleading girl that ordered a murder. To desire something good is not bad. Let's analyze something. What did Lucifer desire in heaven? He desired power. In general, he desired power. And power by itself is not something bad. Power by itself can be used for good. But the problem within the desire that Lucifer had is that he desired a power that did not belong to him. And by doing that, Lucifer discovered, for the first time ever in the whole history of creation, he discovered corruption. Corruption comes from the desire of something I cannot have. For example, as this book deals a lot with the subject of grudges, when I desire revenge, let's think about that. if I desire destruction for someone, that destruction doesn't belong to me. That life doesn't belong to me. So who am I to desire the destruction of someone that harmed me? If there is one thing that I can desire upon that person, is for them to be forgiven. Is for them to find the peace that I can find if I come before God and I confess, my God, I envied because they had more than me, they did more than me, so I'll not be corrupted by desiring something I can't have. So if you bear in your mind the fact that desiring something that I cannot have leads me to corruption, then I create a limit to the things I do, say, listen, and practice. So I know that the moment that something presents itself to me that does not belong to me, I will naturally say no. Like Eve in the Garden of Eden, she said yes to achieve something that did not belong to her, the tree of knowledge of good and bad. And she touched that tree, she grabbed the fruit, she thought about it, ate the fruit. She made the decision to covet, to desire something that did not belong to them. So envy has dangerous consequences, and the risk is always too high. So my friend, whenever someone is more skilled than you, because today to say that someone is better on something can have a connotation, this person is better than me or not. My friend, there's no better or worse. There are people that dedicated time on learning something and people that didn't. And maybe they dedicated time to learn something else. Now the product of how skilled you are, it's a sum of the things that you spent your time doing. And depending on these things, you're going to have outcome A, B, or C. Depends on how you are going to use the skills you develop until today. So whenever you're presented with someone that is better on something than you have the choice of desiring what that person has and hating them, or looking to them as an example and following their steps with how do you say when you do this, like seasoning, with a pinch of admiration, and that's nothing wrong with that. We should not follow people regarding our salvation, but instead of desiring what they have and thinking that is so good that I hate that person, the best way is always to look on how that person achieved that, and if I believe is also good for me, without desiring that the person is destroyed and forgotten in the story of humankind, I can just look up to them and think that what they do is really good. What they do from now on is not my problem, but what they have, if I desire and is good for me, may I do the same things, the rightful ones they did to achieve that skill, that maturity, that way to deal with problems. And this is normal. We are human people and we look at each other and want to learn with each other. That's what a society is. But if I base myself into desiring, hating, and then, like this woman that killed the mother of the rivals, of the daughter's rival, she was completely possessed by this feeling that is very, very dangerous. So the lesson that we take from the first part of this book, of this section of the book, is that envy cannot ever be a yes in my mind. Never. Because the risk is too much, and to put yourself in this risk is always a no-go. And my friend, tomorrow we will end this second section of the book, but before we end, I want to talk to you about something else. And this something else will be, my friend, something that you'll get really surprised to. So, my friend, the Caleb Group this month has a very special event. Now you're getting better on the transitions, eh? Now, my friend, well, I have something else to talk about. Tomorrow we will continue. Pastor David will be here to continue the second section of the chapter 4. And we're very close to the end of the book, so stay tuned with us. Heartbeats to Help every day, Monday to Friday, from 1 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. But you see, financial fraud is a problem. Do you know someone that went through financial fraud by a link they received, by a promotion they saw, by someone that passed themselves as friends and wanted to cooperate and led them to a very, very, very bad situation? Do you have maybe your parents that are always struggling and saying that they are being offered dodgy things, and maybe they even lost a lot of money with that? This month the Caleb Group will help all the seniors of the church. So if you're tuned in and you say, I'm not a Caleb yet, I'm not over 55, but I have my parents, invite your parents for this amazing day that we will have on the last Sunday of the month. That this will be, I'll open my calendar to show you, bear with me. This will be on the 25th of August. We will have a very, very, very nice event of awareness against financial fraud. We had last year, was a blessing, and it's very good for us to be weaponized, because you say, oh, we just had last year, but in 1 year is enough time for people to discover new ways to put you through scam. So my dear friend, connect with us on this Sunday in every Universal Church branch on the Caleb meeting. For those branches that have the Caleb meeting on Saturday, then the coordinators will do on Saturday. We'll pass all the information today. You'll be in very, very, very capable hands. And the material that we're going to use will be the same in every branch, so you don't have to worry, oh, should I go to Finsbury Park or here in my branch? You go the branch you are a member in, because the lecture will be the same everywhere. All right, so let's go full strength in the Caleb group this month. We have this coming Sunday, we will have Game Sunday. We had a change. Before, the second Sunday would be the book club. For us to finish The Pleasure of Revenge, we're having the Game Sunday on the second Sunday, the Games Day on the second Sunday. So this coming Sunday, we're gonna have competition, dancing, singing, and very, 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 nice enigmas and games for everyone to be together and have a good time together. That's very important. But the Sunday after, we'll be having our book club, where we'll be sitting down and talking about this. We have been reading together, listening, but then we're going to have a wheel of conversation. We're going to sit down in every branch, grab our book, and everyone's gonna have their say. And the discussion gets very heated up. It's really nice. It's a lovely moment. So I'll wait for you on the Sunday. The book club this month will be Sunday the 18th. I'll wait for you on the 18th. Bring your Pleasure of Revenge book. If you don't have the book, but you have been following the book here with us, you can come and you can be part of the discussion, even though you don't have the book in your hands, but it will be an amazing time together. All right, I would like to thank all of you for being here with us on another Heartbeats to Help for your viewership. Don't forget, Liberty Radio is a 24-hour web radio where you can connect on your phone, through the app, through the website, on your computer, on your television, and leave it there. We have good music playing the whole day. We have other programs. We have Be Inspired in the evening. We have Finding Answers 6 p.m. Message of Bishop Macedo, Love Talk Show with the Q&A section that has been, how they say here in the UK, a hoot. It has been a hoot, and many, many other amazing content. Today, Monday, we have the program for the assistants. So all the assistants, 9 p.m. live here with Pastor Peter. Is the first Assistants in Focus that he'll be doing, or he did last week? It was the first, so it's the second. It's still special. The second Assistants in Focus held by Pastor Peter here, or Pastor Peter Petrucci here, 9 p.m. on Liberty Radio. And if you want to check or here on the schedule tab, if you're on your phone on the website, you can check by clicking here down. My finger, I think, is down further, or on the website, you will be here. So instead of live chat, you click schedule and you can see what comes next. All right, it was a pleasure being here with you. I hope to see you again on Monday at 1 p.m. and tomorrow Pastor David Osai will be here with all the revelations he got in the Temple of Solomon, all the elements he brought. He will only not have my talk because this is mine. So I'll see you next Monday. Bye bye.
Heartbeats to Help on Liberty Radio.